What's up? This is EasyOSX, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use your computer to fight the coronavirus, and maybe some other diseases as well. Now, we've been told by medical authorities that there are several ways we can help stem the spread of the virus. Things like staying at home and working from home, and if you have to go out, staying 6 feet apart from people, and wearing a mask. But what if there was a way we could more actively help in the fight against the virus? What if there's a way we could use our computers to actually help do this? Well, we just might have a solution. Allow me to introduce you to the Folding at Home project. So what is the Folding at Home project exactly? Well, in a nutshell, it studies the way that things like proteins and viruses fold, manipulate, and interact with the human body. It's kind of like getting the blueprints to the virus or to the proteins. If they understand how it folds, it interacts, etc., then we can understand how it works and we can understand how to better counteract it depending on whatever the disease is. So in an overgrossly simplified way, it's like having the blueprint to the Death Star. If you have the blueprints to the Death Star, you know how to destroy it. And in the same way, if you have the blueprints to, say, the coronavirus, you might be able to find a weak point that you can use to take it out or to cancel it. That's the folding part. The at-home part comes from the fact that this actually uses our individual computers, because normally this kind of virus and protein analysis happens on big supercomputers, which are expensive and not always readily available. So instead, the folding at home process uses our regular laptops and desktops that we all own and asks that we can, at idle times when we're not using our computer, have our computer download a small packet of information, process it for them, and then when it's done, send it back to the folding at home project. And all these smaller computers function much like a big supercomputer, just distributed. Let me show you how to get started with it. Obviously, we're going to go to the Start Folding, and you're going to download the client. Now, in this case, obviously, I'm showing how to do it on the Mac, but you have alternate downloads if you're using it for Windows or various flavors of Linux. Now, I've already got the version downloaded, so let's go ahead and install it. I'm going to hit Continue, Allow, Agree to the Terms of Service. Yes, we do want to install it. It's going to ask for approval. I'm going to grant it. And now it's done. Now, what I need to mention is, if this is your very first time installing it, you'll likely have to go to System Preferences, the Security and Privacy pane, and then under the General tab, allow access, because this app is not signed by Apple. Also, if this is your first time running it, you will have to allow it network privileges, meaning that it can run and download stuff with the network in the background. So we're going to close out of this, I'm going to keep it. And now, if you go to your Applications folder, you have this Folding at Home folder. So you got a couple different options, but first let me show you the web control. This is where you'll get started. And I'll open it with Safari in this case. So this is the web controller. This is kind of the simple version of the control where you can set what you want to fight and how you want it to use your resources. So for example, you can set it to fight or look at the proteins for COVID, for Alzheimer's, for cancer, and several other things. So in this case, I'm going to pick COVID, as you say I did below, and you can set how much power, how much of your resources do you want it to use. Lighter will be slower, but may not make your fans run as much, will use less resources and energy. Or you can go full, which is obviously more power. And it will adjust how long it'll take your computer to work. And as I mentioned before, you can set it to only run when the computer is idle or only run while it is working. And then when you're ready, you can hit Start Folding. I'm going to adjust this to light for the moment. I'm going to hit Start Folding. Now it makes a note here that just because you quit the browser, this does not mean that the process will stop running. It will actually keep running in the background. And because it's set to while I'm working, this is going to be running while I'm actually recording right now. If you want to see more detailed views, you can go back to this and you can see there's two other apps, the Control and the Viewer. So if I open Control, then you can see a lot more details as far as like what server I'm connected to, when it was assigned, how long I've been working, how long it will take to run. You can even set a lot more information about your, see what your system is. You can set a lot of other preferences, etc. And you also have this nice little viewer app, which I'll open up. It'll take a second for it to render everything. But this will also show me, yeah, here you go, a view of the protein. how far it's running, what core it's running it on, a bunch of this fun information. But it's kind of nice to see this little thing being active. It's just kind of fun to watch. And if you want to make this bigger or smaller, you can go into the preferences in the control app and set whether you want this to run full screen or at a certain width and space, etc. Now, changes won't go into effect until after you restart the viewer app, but you can also use this as kind of a fun little screensaver if you want to. And that's pretty much it. You can go back and, of course, change if you want this to only run when you're idle or if you want to use full resources at whatever interval. But this is a good way for you to start fighting the coronavirus or maybe even just helping other medical emergencies and things going on. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you were able to use this to help make the world a little bit of a better place. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked the video, give it a like, share it around with your friends, help more people contribute. You can also subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you make sure to get all our videos. And you can check us out online at our social media pages and on the website easyosx.net. Thanks again for watching.